Aspects of my childhood always managed to worm their way into my photographs. This image is drawn from the Invisible Yoke series, which considers how collective memory shapes our identities as Americans. I grew up in rural southeastern Virginia as the oldest of 4 children in a conservative home. As a child, I saw images of river baptisms, people dressed in all white, undergoing this ritual of submission, purification, and rebirth. I'd also seen some images of the United House of Prayer as they performed Firehose baptisms touring the East Coast. For 2 years, I'd focused on creating a museum exhibition of the 7 cities, the 3rd volume of The Invisible Yoke, which was set in the Hampton Roads region of Virginia, where I was raised and was then raising my own children. 2 weeks prior to the exhibition's opening, a friend alerted me that UHOP had planned a Firehose baptism stop in Newport News. The event was scheduled for midday when the sun was harsh and overhead. I arrived to find quite a scene. As a total outsider to this community, I tried to move lightly and unobtrusively, but I still caught more than a few critical glances questioning my presence. A brass band brought the crowd to life, and folks swayed, danced, prayed, and sang along. The preacher, Sweet Daddy Bailey, sat on a covered stage as young women fanned him with palm fronds. Fire hoses were attached to hydrants at each end of the street and began spraying water straight up in the air, raining down a heavy mist on the white-clad crowd that soaked us through. I kept my cameras wrapped in plastic bags but had to stop to dry them off several times. A young man carrying a baby girl in a white dress moved through the crowd, tenderly pressing her to his chest. He's turned away from the rest of the crowd, simultaneously of and apart from it. His protective body language makes me think of holding my own young daughter and the inherent contradictions of bringing someone into the world while trying to protect them from it. Of the hundreds of photographs I made that afternoon, this one has stayed with me the longest.